Ta-da! Good afternoon. We're starting another video. Welcome to the studio for some figure drawing and some anatomy practice. We're learning all of the bones and all of the muscles together. It's going to be a journey. That's what we're doing. And then that'll help us drawing portraits. So if that's what you're here for, or maybe you're a beginner drawer or you're advanced, maybe you just want to see someone improve over time, that's what we're doing. So let's jump right into it. If you want to skip to the actual drawing, click the link below. Timestamp, is that what it's called? I know how to do links, but I don't know how to change it so that it's just the number. Anyways, let's start like we always do. This is Drawing on the Right Side of the Brain, the book that taught me how to draw and the book that I use to teach other people how to draw. And it's got two organizing principles, which is one, learn the 5 basic skills of perception that it takes to draw, such as perception of edges, perception of spaces, perception of relationships, perception of lights and shadows, and then the gestalt, which is really just the first 4 put together. So that's easy. And the second part of this book talks about how we've got different hemispheres of the brain that do different things. And the dominant left brain is very linguistic and sequential and time oriented. It's what gets us through the day. But then we've got more of this right brain that's visual and pattern oriented. It's holistic. It's not time oriented. So that's what we want to gain access to because it's specialized. It's just what we use to draw. And the only way you can really get there if you're unfamiliar is to give the left brain a task that it will reject, which is really drawing. So if you've ever felt frustrated drawing, it means you're on the right track. You just got to go a little bit further. So relax. I already opened the book to the right spot. So this is the first exercise that I always like to use. It's the face vase, and if you get good at it, maybe you can do a profile in like a couple seconds. Let's see how long it takes us to do it today, because we've been getting it down in about 20 seconds, but I think I want to get it down to faster than that, maybe 15 seconds. Now there's a trick to this exercise. The first side we're going to do silent. I'm right-handed, so I'm starting on the left. You can flip it if you're opposite. And then I'll do the second half, but for that side we're going to actually use our words out loud, like chin, lips, nose, and then describe what we're drawing. So 1, 2, 3, go. Now I'm going to do chin, lips, nose, and then eyebrow, hairline, forehead, and then close it up real quick. How long did that take? Was that 20 seconds? Was that 15 seconds? I would say it came out pretty symmetrical. They're a little far apart, and I didn't really look at the image. I did for the first half, but for the second half, I just looked at my own first drawing and reflected it, which is my easy way to do it, apparently. So, any analysis? Let's color it in. What color do we want to do? I already grabbed red, but I kind of want to do one side red and one side green. So that's kind of funny. I don't think I've done that before. But yeah, we used our words for the second half because it forces you to use the left brain, which is linguistic, but then the left brain competes with the right brain, and that causes you to pause and kind of freeze on the second half because, well, maybe you didn't, maybe you froze on the first half too. I don't know where you guys are in development, so do the exercise, show me below. But yeah, that the point is to cause your brain to feel that conflict between hemispheres. And when you become more familiar with it, then you become more familiar when your brain relaxes and the left brain gives up the task to the right brain. But be careful because it's like meditation, where when you realize that you're meditating, it kind of puts you out of meditation. So just relax and be consistent with your drawing. So that was fun. Let's sign and date it like we do for everything. JSJ with my butterfly smiley face. 4/18/2021. And did anything happen today? Not really. I'm feeling better. I got the vaccine a couple days ago. Here's our binder. We're saving all the work that we do on camera because, you know, why not? And I just reorganized it so I don't have to flip around like I was before. See, this is what we did yesterday. Let's compare. I like the one that we did today better. Just because this one was a little wobbly and this face is pointing a little out of whack. Um, what else? What else? I'm kind of messed up over here, and I finally remembered. It's been like how many days, and I can finally do the edge. When we'll go back a couple days, you'll see what I mean. That was the day before. 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 And the day before. And then it goes into our anatomy. That was yesterday's anatomy. So let's get to the anatomy. And then we'll go. Just to close up on this book, I already explained the whole point of that exercise. And then it talks about other good exercises like upside down drawing and pure contour drawing, which is like, drawing the wrinkles in your hand on a piece of paper, but not looking at your hand that's drawing. You only look at the wrinkles and you draw that for like 5 minutes. Yeah, feel free to go at your own pace, but make sure you're drawing consistently because that's what people were asking about on Reddit today. They were like, sometimes my drawings come out really good and sometimes they don't. So what's up with that? And honestly, it's like if you're working out, some days you'll feel good and some days you'll feel weak. But the important thing is to work out on your weak feeling days as well as your strong feeling days and not worry about whether I lost gains, I gained gains. Just work out because it feels good, just like we draw because it feels good. That's my spiel. So, Classic Human Anatomy, An Artist's Guide to Form, Function, and Movement by Valerie L. Winslow. I didn't know anything about the author. This is just the book that I grabbed when I was a little boy. So, it says in the little intro that anatomy was essential then and it's essential now. I'm going to give you guys the spark notes. And the entire first chapter is just about the language and about the Renaissance and how important it was. So let's skip through. The medial line is the like central axis. So I'm gonna try to use that word when I'm drawing our skull because I always start out with the medial line and then moving out is lateral and moving in is medial. Okay, so medial line and the lateral is the same thing but coming from the same line. Oh well. Flexation, adduction, flexion, adduction, extension, supination, pronation. I learned all of these terms in yoga and I didn't understand any of it. But now that we're doing anatomy, I understand so much more. I can't wait to get through the whole book with y'all. So, sorry for taking so long. Oh, look at that torso. That's a nice torso. We'll get to that. Nice skeleton. I'm just flipping through. Jeez, I really should, I'm just going to skip forwards. But we will be able to put all the muscles on top of the skeleton, just like that. So, finally, Chapter 2, the skull. We've been drawing the skulls always so that we can get to where we want, which is to add the muscles, and then that'll help us with our portrait. So we're going to need a 3/4 because the next part that we're up to is this right here. The we did learn the procerus, and we did learn the uh, orbicularis oculi. Orbicularis oculi. Isn't that nuts? I did write it. I tattooed it on my arm so that I could just read it a couple times a day. But that's what we did yesterday. So we're going to draw the 3/4 skull as big as we can, and then we're going to draw the muscles on top. And that's going to be our exercise for today. Before the fun part. Well, this is all the fun part, but the figure drawing is the real fun part. So now I'm making myself a little fly in the corner, and the fly on the wall. Do 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 do. Drink green tea; it's good for your health, Yos. All right, so moving on. I'm a cow. Moo. Sometimes when I walk my dog, I like to just make random animal noises. Life is funny that way. So, what color do we want to use? A pencil for the beginning, and then we'll use colored pencils for the muscle part. So, if you guys are one of those who are skipping forwards, you're going to jump in right now. So, we're starting out with a nice big old circle. Wow, that is a huge circle. I don't think I've made one that big so far. And then I'm going to bring down the left side. And if I were to divide the circle in the middle, oh goodness. This is, I'm going to just kind of feel it out for a second. So this is the frontal bone, and I want it to go down to about that far down. Yeah, I'm just like feeling it out. I'm putting down really light pencil marks. Yesterday, I drew the whole skull, and then I pretty much outlined the whole thing really dark. Oh, yeah, that reminds me. It's too late now. I was going to use like a really light colored pencil and then go over it with pencil instead of the reverse, which is what I'm doing right now. But it's too late, so I'll just try to remember that for the next video. You can remind me in the comments if you want. What is going on here? If I were to measure going from width to this way, it'll go almost down. That's pretty much exactly right, Jason. You gotta trust yourself a little more. So we've got the frontal bone here. You guys can't see like anything I'm doing. I'm trying to get better cameras for you guys. And I thought about getting a tablet so that you can see me draw like directly on the computer. But I felt like it wasn't as authentic as using a pencil, and I'm really kind of one of the goals is to be able to actually draw in person with a pencil or a crayon or just like any medium. And I feel like the best way to do that is to use them, which would carry over eventually into some other kind of computer medium. Boop, boop, doop, doop, doop. So I'm up to, this is the superior temporal line right here on both sides. And then this is like The superciliary arch is right here, which makes the glabella like here. And then once I put in the glabella, that pretty much outlines the orbital. Wow, this is weird. I haven't really drawn it from the side angle like this size before. So that's kind of exciting. Um, because I've been drawing out of the book and using basically the same pictures over and over, and I wasn't sure if that information would carry over when I'm changing the size. Especially because I really want this to translate onto the sidewalk, because I'm planning on um, putting this all down in the park by my house, especially by the playgrounds, because then I'll be able to just collect those parents and kids like flies and add them into my art class. Just like you guys, but it would be more fun if we grew a little bit. So that's... Oh, crap. I gotta remind myself to keep it really light. So, oh my god, look what I'm doing. The nose is like, I mean, the nasal cavity. I gotta use the right words. Force yourself to use right words, Jason. The zygomatic bone is like all the way down here, which I'm glad I recognized now instead of like having to erase and back everything up. We've got a little circle bone, which is the external auditory meatus. This is coming out pretty good. Too bad you guys can't get the best view of it so far. Oh crap, I think I can make it a little better. Let's see, is this going to do anything? Wow, that did like absolutely nothing. I'm trying to remember. I went online and I added to my shopping cart. And I saw a ring light that I really liked that you can attach your phone to, and it goes down forwards because it's designed for artists and streamers and stuff. So I would be able to do basically exactly what I'm doing with my phone, but I've got like a tripod that's just sitting on top of the computer monitor. I'm going back to the dark spots because it's like I can see it needing to be done, but I also know that I'm going to draw over this drawing as soon as I can to put in the muscles. So yeah, there's always this play-by-play between going fast and going quality with your lines. I feel like someone really masterful with a pencil would be able to just go sip, 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 and have just like a really good sketch. So that's really what we're aiming for. And it's important to always know what your goal is. So our goal is to have a really, really nice, fast drawing and finishing touches. Which is totally possible. You know, like the visual artist version of a busker, who like the people who go on a street corner and set up an easel, um, and then just like draw people all day. That would be so much fun. But with the whole group of people, so we gotta teach each other. I'm still going really light because I'm seeing stuff like this, which was in the wrong spot. And I need to make it a little wider in the back, just a little bit though. So it's coming along. I like it so far. I always leave the jaw and the teeth for like the very last, which maybe I'm gonna try to get out of that habit. So I'm lining up the maxilla with my orbital, which is the eye socket. And then you can even see they make it really easy to see the zygomatic bone because they make it pink, and the zygomatic bone is just your cheekbone. So yeah, we're having a lot of fun learning the anatomy. It came slow at first, but it really has started to add up where after we draw the skull, we like to do this thing where we name all of the parts. Even though I name them while I'm drawing, but oh, that's what's going on. That's okay. We can save it. I'm gonna make that a little darker because we're kind of in the home stretch in terms of like, oh, what? That, oh goodness. Okay, I see what I did. I lined it up with the maxilla, but it really lines up with the mandible. I was like, my mandible is so thin. Why does it always come out so thin? It's because I lined it up wrong. Okay, so then there's like this little swoopy, and then this part of the mandible, which is your lower jawbone, is called the temporomandibular joint, and it's kind of like my favorite thing to say these days. Temporomandibular joint. And this is the mastoid process, and yesterday we forgot it. Was it yesterday or a couple days ago? They're all blending together. Which is funny because yeah, the days really are blending together, so I'm really starting to improve like pretty quickly. It's kind of like when I work in my garden, the first time I plant a plant, I'm like so excited. Oh crap, I'm starting to do it again where I'm going too dark. When I first plant stuff in my garden, I'm like checking on it every day and I'm so excited and it grows so slow. But then I'll move to something else. I mean, I'll still maintain it and stuff, but you stop paying attention as much, and then all of a sudden you have like a giant plant, and I'm like, oh my goodness, I love doing that. So glad winter's over. I can finally get back to my butterfly work. Okay, so really, really lightly, let's just finish this up. We've got one row of teeth here. It goes about like that, and then another row of teeth like right underneath it. And then that kind of sets the stage for, I think it comes out a little further. For mental protrusions and the mental tubercles, which is your chin. Okay, I think that's good. No, it's not. I don't like how... I want to take off a little bit. Oops, I just crinkled my paper. No, it's okay. Something's... I may have gone a little too far. Did I? I think it's just all in my head. Oh well, whatever. I mean, if it's not perfect, we'll get it better next time. Okay. So this goes in. Oh, that's kind of what's throwing me off. There's like this whole shadow over here. But boo doo 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 doo, trying to get rid of the habit of saying What would I replace it with though, other than my singing nonsense? So this is coming along. I'm almost done. I'm just gonna put in the teeth, and then we'll skip to the muscle page. And get to the good stuff. This is all supposed to be shadowed. Shadow. I think that was what's bothering me, is everything else has shadow except for down here. So you're supposed to work your whole drawing pretty much at the same time, unlike what I'm doing. We've been at this for a couple weeks. I gotta say, we've been really hanging in there. Okay, let's see. How fast can we do this? 2, 2, 3, 4. I messed up a little bit. There. And okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And I know that there's like 3 rectangular ones at first. 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. 1 smaller rectangle, and then 2 diamonds. 2 diamonds, 2 diamonds. Okay, that's it. We did the teeth. They're not perfect, but that's not really what today's drawing is about anyway. Today's drawing is about these nose muscles. So let's just put a little bit of shadow around the teeth so that they pop out a little better, and then there's these weird little like, you know, other kinds of shadows over here, and that pretty much finishes that part of the drawing. Right? I mean, it doesn't have to be perfect. What are we at? 30 minutes? Not bad. So this is the first time I like scaled it up like that. So I was really trying to pay attention to the dimensions. You know, that's basically just what drawing is. I guess it would be easier to do like a complete mirror, but yeah, oh well. So that was fun. We've got frontal bone, temporal bone, occipital bone. Up here is parietal bone. That's the mastoid process. And then this over here is the external occipital protuberance. This is the zygomatic bone, which is a cheekbone. Okay, I'm just going to skip saying that stuff. Zygomatic bone, mandible, and then the mandible has the angle, ramus, and body. And over here is the mental protuberance and mental tubercles. We've got superior temporal line, superciliary arch, glabella, nason, nasal bone, nasal cavity with the vomer bone here. There's like an inferior nasal conchella or something. I don't know. Temporomandibular joint. Yeah, maxilla. There's a lot. There's so much. This is like the sphenoid bone over here. And then, oh, there's more stuff I missed. Do 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 do. There's, what was the other one? I think I'm gonna call it quits because we gotta move on. So, oh, lacrimal bone. That's one that's like behind your eye. And ethmoid bone is also behind your eye, but the sphenoid bone is over here. I was right. That's this one. It goes through. Cool. I'll write that. Do 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 do. Even though I just kind of ruined my drawing, but oh well. I just really want to hammer home things that we've learned. I haven't colored it green, so I'll remember. So we have learned so far the frontalis, procerus, masseter, temporalis. We learned all of those. So now we're ready to, oh, and orbicularis oculi. Man, it's Latin, so it's like a lot to learn. So let's get down to business to defeat the Huns. How would I like to begin this? Maybe, I guess with the orbicularis oculi, because the other stuff is on top of it, so you'd have to go with what's underneath first. Ooh, how interesting. I usually start with the far out eye, but now I'm starting with the inner eye. This has more of a little wedge. So I brought that out a little bit. And we know that it's connected from... what am I? I'm trying to say. Talking while drawing is not so easy. We've got... I'll start with this. That's what I'll start with from now on. I see how this goes like this. We can even bring that out a little more. Why not? This could probably have... I mean, we didn't finish it because we were going to use this part of the drawing to finish it, so... let's just do our best. I see the nose is coming down to the bottom of the zygomatic bone, which is really right where we were. There's this line coming down on the outside of the nasalis. That's what we're learning today. I didn't even look at the name of the what we were learning yet. So this is basically where we're going to go over the drawing that we just did, which is okay. It doesn't really matter. There's like a little C shape here, which is our nostril, and the nostril goes to about the beginning of the eye. So let's just put that in. There's these weird little, I don't even know. They're transverse portion of nasalis. Interesting. No, those are the muscles. There's these weird like little, oh, you can like barely see. That's literally as focused as the phone gets. Well, doing my best. I'm gonna finish this and then we're gonna erase, and then we will add in with colored pencil. So that's pretty much it. Okay, erase, erase, erase. So there's this one line, and then there's this. I'm actually just going to erase whatever's not what I just drew. Okay, that's pretty good for now. Going back in to redefine what just happened. I might as well add in the Procerus, which is, it starts right above these little lines, which are in your eyes. Bring that out like a nice, I don't know what it is, like a fan shape. It's like a diamond, but open on the end. Makes me think of like water. So I'm gonna keep going. It goes in and out and then back again. This comes out a little at the bottom. Okay, that pretty much finishes that part of the nose. Can you guys even see? You can kind of see what I'm doing. This is the first time I'm drawing this, so, bear with me. So now, that's basically the part enough for the nose. I could draw the fibers, but we'll get back to that. Really all that's left is the inside of the orbicularis oculi. So I'm erasing. I'm glad I didn't waste as much time drawing the eye sockets or the orbitals. Should I only use the scientific terms? Because I'm about to take out all of my layman's terms and only speak in the anatomy terms, because this is anatomy class, and I don't have the time to say them both anymore. So if I say a term that you don't recognize, like either look it up yourself or ask me in the comments, and I would be more than happy to elaborate. Also, I highly recommend getting your own anatomy book. It doesn't have to be this one. I should practice drawing the eyeballs, but it doesn't really fit right now. So let's see. I've got I'm kind of trying to line it up with the zygomatic bone. And that kind of sums up this side. Let's go to the other side because I don't want to finalize anything, because especially with eyes, a little mistake goes like a long way. Okay, it's not perfect, but it's there. He's kind of like lazy-eyed or tired, but I think that's good enough for me. So I'm gonna start blocking in some of this stuff now, erasing what's not visually appealing anymore. And then I'll color it in with colored pencil in a second. It's like, what is he even looking at? Okay, so let's see. There's like one of these things, and then la 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 la. I think it can come down a little bit, actually. Sorry, I highly recommend making your own music while you draw. I used to like listening to music, but I feel like I'm just the type of person who listens to what other people listen to because the effort that it takes for me to like flip around and find something that I like is just too much work. And I like encountering new stuff, but there's a lot. It's all good. I'm not playing any music while we draw because it would just kind of be a distraction. Is this coming out pretty okay? For the first one, at least. Let's get... Yeah, I think that helped. Okay, let's be careful for this spot right here and that spot. So I hope you enjoyed the journey of drawing this skull. Um, this is the nasalis. Nasalis. So it's funny. They're kind of just using the same isses. Frontalis, temporalis, orbicularis, nasalis. Not the masseter, though. Why not the masseter? Why is that a different kind of muscle? Just kidding. Procerus. Latin. What a fun language. So the Procerus is red, the orbicularis oculi is orange, and the nasalis is like a lavender, magenta. I don't want to say purple. I don't like just saying purple. Also, I just want to clean up a couple lines. I'm going to use maybe my 2B pencil. Ooh. Because now that we drew in the muscles, I'm like, oh, okay, now I can finally finalize. The rest, like, took forever, but we got there. The mastoid process, zygomatic bone, which should have more shadow all along this whole thing. We've got the top of the zygomatic bone and the whole zygomatic process. Temporal line. No, yeah, superior temporal line, which is right in front of the sphenoid bone. So I guess it's kind of taking us a long time to get through this, but hopefully it'll be more like the vase, the face vase, which we can draw in like 15 seconds. Like I'm hoping that if we do this enough, um, the muscle memory will kick in and we'll eventually be able to just effortlessly draw really well. Isn't that the dream? And then everyone will be like, "Oh my God, you have God-given talent," and I'll be like, "As a matter of fact, no, the fuck not, because I've got like 100 hours of me drawing online, and if you don't believe me, go check it out." I've got the receipts, which is really what art schools want to see the most. So if you're going to apply for an art school of any kind and you want to work on a portfolio, um, yeah, keep your work, keep all your sketchbooks. All of that stuff is so important. So I'm just putting in some more shadows around the edges because I know that they're there, even though they're not showing it in the book. But we're kind of at the level where we can just decide where to put stuff. I wasn't planning on outlining like every single line in 2B, but then I realized that it's kind of necessary. Like in the beginning, it's really important to not commit to any lines, but then it is important to commit to lines at some point. I think that's the important thing that separates beginners from like people who are more experienced. Is committing to the right line. That's literally just what drawing is. Then you can refine your skills from there. La 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 la. But yeah, it's just nice. So I guess that's it. Oh, I fucked up down here. It just looks weird. Oh well. That's it. I'm done. I'm not gonna add any more other than this one little bit. Sorry, everybody. That's what the lines sound like. I'm starting to use the pencil more like a pen because I don't have time to do like perfect shading. I would rather just trick your eye with some really good lines like that. It's like not a big deal to me. I'm gonna define the eyes and then I'm gonna peace out with all that shiz. He looks kind of tired and sad. Okay, so what did we say? Let's start with underneath. And start with the orbicularis oculi, which is orange. It's not mixing so well with the pencil, but oh well. And it kind of opens up at the... Oh, I missed a line. Woo, woo. That was an important little line to get. And adding. Fast, faster. What are we at? 47 minutes. We gotta finish up. And here's the red for the Procerus. And here's the... It's kind of like pink. Let's just go with pink. It's like a pink purple, though. So I think that's good enough. Put in a couple extra lines. Oh, I missed a whole eyelid. Both of them. I'm putting in a couple lines. And I have to define these again. Oh man, I think I just... Aw. I ruined it. Ruined. Oh well. It'll probably look better once I start using pen and some other stuff. So, what do we think about this? We pretty much drew a whole skull, and then we erased what we did and we put the muscles on top. So, we learned the Procerus, we know that. And orbicularis, oculi, and nasalis. And that's it for today. Cartilage of nose. alar portion of nasalis. That's just the bottom part. So, what kind of background color do we want to do? I'm thinking like a blue-green. Where's my blue? There's my blue. So yeah, and we also added in the sphenoid bone. So that's pretty good. Let's just do a little haze underneath or behind, and then we'll sign and date it, and then we'll do figure drawing real quick, and then we'll end class. So, I hope you had a good time. We're gonna need to like learn a song so we can sing you out like Mr. Rogers. And now I'm putting in some green. Ooh, that's the first time that we mixed colors on top of each other. So that's pretty fun. Yeah, maybe it took a little longer because we've drawn the skull front on and side on like 100 times, but this is pretty much the first time that we did it 3/4 and blown up like this. And I would say we did okay. I mean, it's not like the most wonderful thing I've ever seen, but I think it came out pretty okay. So if you agree, just let me know, and if you disagree, just let me know. If you can teach me better, let me know. What's your name? What's your flavor? What's your flavor? Uh-huh. Alright, so that's it. I forgot to name and date it. Let's do it in red. So, JSJ, butterfly. I put that really close to my drawing. 4/18/2021. Okay. So that's pretty good. We're missing colored pencils. I didn't put them all away. Uh-oh. So yeah, now we can do a little critique. We already did all of the face vases, and we'll put it in our notebook. So that's what we did yesterday. We did the orbicularis oculi. That came out pretty good. Oh, and the dupressor supercilii. That's what these are. So it's actually different. Depressor supercilii. That's what these are. But I'm not going to write it in. So we actually added in even more stuff. Lots and lots of stuff. Day before, Proceris, we did learn that. With the corrugator supercilii, so that's probably right here on top. If I were to draw that in, it would be blue. But I'll wait, because I'm not sure if it goes under or over. On the side, like we said, and then, that's like the one time that we did it, and it was so small. So, that's what we did as a class so far. I'm gonna have to get dividers. But at first I had mixed them in by day, but now I'm doing it by subgroup. So we're gonna have face vas, and then our anatomy. Here's the newest anatomy to the collection. They're getting much better. See, like, now we're getting the skull, and we're adding all the muscles, and we're doing multiple muscles now. We weren't doing that before. I mean, yeah, we did that day. That's 3 muscle groups, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4. And we could have added a 5th, and we got the cartilage of the nose and the eyeballs, so we didn't do that. And the sphenoid bone. So this is like, we're really getting into heavy anatomy territory now. Yeah, because we were only doing like 2 muscles, and before that we weren't doing any muscles, we were only doing the bone. So maybe we'll compare first to last, or something. Yeah. That's how we started. And that, oops. That's where we are now. And that's not even including the notebook back there, which we really started with. but I got tired of using that. We needed to make a binder. So it looks like this class is going to go overtime like usual. Um, but that's okay because if I practice drawing for an hour and a half a day, that's only, I mean, you can see from the book that it's starting to add up. Mm. Drink green tea, it's good for your health. Okay, favorite part. Figure drawing. That's what we did all of that exercise for. Time to disrobe. Ta-da! It always messes up my hair. So yeah, I start the video with ta-da because I'm always amazed that I can get all the equipment working. And yeah, it's amazing. So, figure drawing. Do I need to describe everything every single time, guys, or are we just gonna what kind of class is this gonna be like? I start out with a gesture drawing, you get the general shapes, and I'm seeing like do 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 do. Maybe I'll start doing a couple. No, I think in the future. Ooh, I see my nice curls. In the future, I'm gonna do like a couple gesture drawings, and then I'll take up a page of just for a portrait. But I don't want to do that right now. How do I want to do this? I kind of start one here, and then I'll do like a bigger one over here. And that's just like the habit that I've been getting into. But then the problem is they go into each other. So maybe I am going to do what I just said with the gesture drawing and then the portrait as separate pages. Boop, 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 boop. And we really should be timing these, but since it's on camera, it's kind of timed already. The only thing is I have to go back. I don't like going back and timing it. It's just too much work. I'm thinking of getting, I don't know, there's like Skillshare or something where they'll like edit your videos for you, but I'm not trying to make good videos. I'm just trying to, first of all, practice drawing and like build an art community. Frontal bone, nasal cavity, maxilla. I mean, if I put it all in, I'm not really sure. Okay. That's enough gesture drawing for now. Let's just draw a portrait, everybody. So I'm seeing some. How big do I want to be? I wanna get like at least this much of my face today, and then it kind of comes down and up again. So I guess something like that is what I want. I've got a frontal bone, got a superior temporal line, superciliary arch, glabella, orbicular ocularis, nasal bone, nasalis. Ooh, that's the nasalis right there. And then we didn't really get much further than that. So Maybe that's how we'll start doing our actual portrait, is like kind of just reviewing what we just did that day. Because I think it'll help. If I were to do this, when we did our skull today, like really got smaller when you went back in space. So let's see. This would be the maxilla. This would be the zygomatic bone on both sides, except you can barely see it here. Zygomatic bone, zygomatic arch. Wow, I can like totally see it. It's so interesting. Um, this would be external auditory meatus. Actually, it would probably be, yeah, right up here. That would make this my ear by my eye, huh? That'll go a little higher then. Let's put it in my... I don't know how this is going to come out. It's coming out. Pretty bad so far. And if I did that, this would be the maxilla. This would be the jawbone. Alright, I mean, let's give it a go. Let's see. I'm going to start blocking some stuff in. You can literally only see like that much of my eye, and I always want to put in way more, but that's all I can see right now. This is like a shadowy area. I kind of liked where that was. I'm gonna leave it and put in my eyebrow on top of my brow line. I'll color in my eye a little bit. Why not? I can always like barely see any part of my, I don't know, like anything past my nose. Like it always, I don't know. I'm gonna try drawing how I feel, but I'm afraid it's gonna turn out like my earlier drawings. And then it comes basically straight up there. That makes all of this whole space like so big though. But I mean, we're not going for perfection, we're just going for practice. But it would be nice to see some. I mean, I like how the anatomy has been coming out, but I just like I'm really impatient to be drawing portraits that like feel good, and I'm just not there yet. Maybe I'm burnt out because I've already been drawing for like a whole hour. But I feel like drawing, the longer you draw, the more relaxed you should be. God, this is just totally all wrong. Is it though? I mean, we did put in all the anatomy, so I don't know what's up. Maybe that's what was bothering me. Maybe I didn't do this dark enough. And I think maybe that had to come in like that much. It's funny because you can start drawing and have a bad drawing, but if you keep drawing, you could cross over and then you'll be drawing well on top of a bad start. So if you found that happening, maybe you can save it, but otherwise there's nothing wrong with just being like, okay, I'm finally ready to start drawing and then start over. Which is why I'm doing the portrait separate from um, my the original whatchamacallit, gesture drawings, because I don't want to get in the habit of mixing them together. I want to get in the habit of being like, okay, I'm doing a full-on portrait now. You know, no gesture, um, no going easy on yourself. We're gonna do the hard work. So, yeah, something's just totally off. I can actually kind of start to see the eyelids though. And I definitely don't think I was drawing them before. So I think maybe that might be our little win for the day. Is just that now that when we were drawing, well, this all needs to be way darker before I do that. Oh, I literally just cut my paper with the pencil tip. That's so funny. There's a hole in my paper now. The headset's like all the way up here. My hair goes back, and then I've got like a scrunchie. So yeah, that's when I'm gonna start actually streaming my videos. Like I'll still post the videos, but um, for the actual classroom, it would probably be more fun if it was live. So once, maybe like a month from now, we'll see, because we have to practice the anatomy for a little bit longer. Um, I don't want to embarrass myself by drawing ugly drawings. Um, there's just like no way that we can keep practicing the anatomy and it not paying off in spades. It takes 4 weeks of working out before you could start to actually start seeing the changes in your body. Um, so I'm gonna give this a good 4 weeks before I start complaining about not making progress. And 4 weeks is a long time. So what's 4 times 7? 21 times 2 is 42. So in 42, if we have 42 additions to this book, by then, we should have some drawings that like actually look like us and isn't like backbreaking to make. Do 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 do. If I only had a brain, no one could wonder why the earth reached the shore, but I could think and think some more. I have a pretty striking shadow on my shoulder over here, because I'm like super hunched over like a troll. And there's shadows behind my hair, but I'm kind of done. So what else? There's really a shadow over here and over here. So I wish I could get those in a little better. There's a shadow here, like this whole thing. Yeah, this whole thing needs to be all darker. I've got a lot of competing light sources, so I'm making excuses. I think I'm done. This is pretty good. I gotta go walk my dog and eat some dinner, and I just like to upload the videos a little earlier now, so you guys have time to watch them before I make my next one. Because otherwise, like, I mean, wouldn't it be more fun to watch a video the day it came out? Um, but yeah, I'm excited to do some live classes or live stream classes. That's going to be basically the same thing. Boo doo 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 doo. Does it look like me? It's getting there. I think it's closer to an actual portrait drawing than my original portraits. And if you don't believe me, we can compare. Ba ba da 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 da. Yeah, I don't want to do this anymore. I'm done. So you'll get to a point where when I was in anatomy figure drawing class in school, they would have us draw the models, and then you would like kind of take it home and continue working on it later. For at least the ones that you really wanted to look good. All right, so maybe I can shade that in just like a little bit. Why did I even do that? Okay, whatever. We're getting there. So, I did 3 gesture. We can't even see it. It's so light. I started doing gesture drawings, and I was like, you know what? Let's compare, because now that I am doing the critique, let's actually critique it to our older drawings. On our old papers, we would do the gesture drawings on the same page as our portrait, and I think they started competing with each other because they're covering each other up. So today's portrait versus yesterday's. We're starting to add in the back of the head and the hair in a way that is cohesive. All of the other ones just fade out completely. Like I'm working from what I know, and I'm getting to the other stuff, but it's just like a matter of time. So yeah, that's that. Let's go back another couple days. Those two look very similar. This one is just the most like complete from the front to the back. It's just the most of like a round ball. There's a skull there with stuff on it. Otherwise, these are just very two-dimensional. They're not really connected. Um, some of the gestures like are good. I don't know. La 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 la. I definitely messed up on the mouth over here. This one's good in the back. Uh, it's getting there. I know this spot is wonked, so I like a lot of the stuff in this picture, but this area here is just kind of weird. A lot of the gestures are good. It's so funny going back in time with my book because a lot of these were just I don't know, I feel differently about a lot of them now. And how many is that it? So that's it. So now let's see, what should we do with this? I'm going to starting from today, split the actual figure drawing into gesture drawings and our actual drawing. Let's put a little background just for funsies. Even though I know I'm in a blue room, I've been feeling like a yellow aura. I want to like red, but I also want to like yellow. So putting in a little color in the background helps me visually tell the difference. It would be really fun with Facebook. I used to upload them to Facebook and make them my profile pictures. And one of the ways I could tell I was done with the drawing was if my camera's facial recognition software would put a little box around the face, and then um, on the computer I would click on that box and I would tag the picture with my name. So that was fun. Let's do JSJ 418 2021 again on the same one down here with my little Siggy. Yeah, up until now, the figure drawing part has been together, but we are going to split that up. So, the book now is tomorrow I'm gonna do dividers so that we've got our face vase, our anatomy, our portrait, the gesture drawings, and then that's it. Isn't that fun? I'm gonna just really quickly just say that I'm pretty satisfied with the work that we did today. I'm gonna see if I can start uploading them and like putting them into an Instagram so that you guys can just see the finished products without having to go through a whole video. But this is art class. We're in an art studio. Yep, we're at 1:16. So I finished class early today, but it's early considering it's usually ending at an hour and a half. But we did originally want to have an hour-long class, so we'll just play it by ear. I want to erase this little spot out. Is there anything you want to say to class? Bye, everybody. Thanks for coming. Is there anything you want to say? Jason, I'm not as angry as I look in this picture. You do look pretty angry in that picture. I just get really intense when I'm focusing on stuff. So, yep. This has been a joy. I always love teaching. I love practicing. You know, we have a lot of fun. So let's just do it again tomorrow. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop a comment if you wanted to do some homework and practice some exercises on your own, or if you're doing any skull studies. A lot of people are doing hand studies. So let's really build a community and make each other's channels grow and support each other. And I don't know. That's it. I'm rambling. We did a really good job, class. I'm gonna upload the video and eat some dinner and walk my dog. So I'm also gonna clean my room. Hopefully it'll be a little better for you guys tomorrow, because a clean studio is a happy studio. Okay, can we remember? Nasalis, that's so easy. Muscles are so easy. Okay, bye. Peace out. Magic, peace, love, kisses, and it's COVID, so wash your hands, wear a mask, and get that vaccine. Black lives matter. Trans lives matter. Save the whales. And what else? I wanted to say climate change is real. And be nice to your neighbor. Okay. Bye.